I want to talk to you also, Governor Romney, about where we are right now on this health care reform debate. The president is clearly geared up to pushing forward with this nuclear option. Now they're calling it a majority vote. What do you think this does to the public's trust and confidence in our system in Washington, given where the public is on the health care reform issue?
Well, Laura, I think the American people have made it very clear through polling, through the votes that they've carried out in Massachusetts and Virginia and New Jersey, that they think that this health care plan of the president is unacceptable. If they jam it through a parliamentary trick, I think the American people are going to react with a great deal of anger and passion. You'll see that in November. The president is making his own congressmen and senators walk the plank at great expense to them, and by the way, very limited trouble for the president. I think it's a very bad course politically for the president, but I think it's an even worse course for the nation.
Are you on board with the First Lady's anti-obesity campaign, spending $10 billion on that?
I didn't know it was another big spending program. I frankly am not willing to spend, to borrow $10 billion to do things that are not absolutely essential. I'm very much on board with the idea of helping people not gain weight and stay healthy. But, more spending is the last thing we need right now.
Now, apparently my friend Rush Limbaugh said that recently that you have committed political suicide by endorsing Senator McCain in his primary challenge in Arizona. And I guess the question to you is, why not J.D. Hayworth? Why McCain?
I've known Senator McCain for a long time. As you know, he's an American hero. He has great clout in the Senate. He and I disagree on a number of issues that I think was probably pretty clear during the campaign. But I believe that his perspective, his judgment, particularly as it relates to foreign affairs, military policy, security, and the like, is very important in the United States Senate. And I believe the people of Arizona will elect Senator McCain as the next senator for those reasons.
Did you agree with what he did on TARP and suspending his campaign in the fall of 2008 to agree with President Bush and Senator Obama that we needed to push through this big bailout? Did you agree with that?
I didn't agree with if you will, I'm not a political strategist, but I didn't think it was the greatest thing in the world to suspend the campaign. But there's no question in my mind on this, Laura, which is, had we not put in place a TARP-like facility, virtually every bank in America would have failed. And TARP was essential to stop the failure of the cascade of failures of banks that would have occurred, which would have affected not Wall Street, but every street in America. But TARP fulfilled its purpose early on. It should have been ended, and the money should have been returned to the federal budget.
Now, just the other day, you go ahead. Sorry.
I misspoke. I said federal budget. It should have been returned to reduce the federal deficit. We don't need to spend more money with.
Now, people are commenting on the fact that you mentioned Bob McDonnell favorably the other day, I guess in an interview. People are wondering, why did you go out of your way to mention McDonnell? I mean, of course, people jumping to he's going to run with Bob McDonnell next time around. And why did you decide to go that way?
Oh, I just asked for people who could be, presidential contenders, and I know everybody thinks about the usual folks. I mean, Mike Huckabee and Sarah Palin and Tim Pawlenty and not Rush Limbaugh. I don't think he's running. I was thinking Newt Gingrich, but there are a whole host of folks that are being spoken of. But I wanted to point out that in the Republican constellation out there, there's some new stars that probably not thinking about running in the immediate future, but down the road, Bob McDonnell, hopefully Meg Whitman, Chris Christie, there's some folks, that could well be real contenders.
All right. Well, we always love having you on, Governor Romney. Congrats on the book. I love the title, No Apology. I see a campaign banner and No Apology. That had nothing to do with President Obama's bowing or apologizing for America, right?
It sure did. It had to do with more than that, but that was sure part of it, as you know, Laura.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. Mitt Romney, former governor of Massachusetts, and clearly, if he wants to be a contender for 2012, this is going to be a fun Republican primary. Stay with us.
The Laura Ingraham Show.